What better thing to do on a Sunday than to take a little walk through the woods at St. Peter's Village along the creek. If you want to see how we got here and what we did, stick around. Okay, so here we are on a Sunday, and we found ourselves here at St. Peter's Village down in Chester County off of Route 23, just a little bit off of Route 100. And we got a couple hours before sunset, and we're going to just take a little walk around St. Peter's Village. Plenty of parking out there. Just met a nice guy. He was hiking himself and going to go check out some dinner in the village here. And so we have no idea what trails we want to do. My brother-in-law is going to lead us. Whoa, got some ice on the ground. Starting right here, we got a couple trails left, straight, right, something down to the creek there. This one that we're on, we believe, is the blue with a yellow dot connector trail, and we're just gonna go walk around. Most everything kind of goes up and over this hill and then back around. There's a rail trail. You can find some ruins, I'm told, and have seen. It's about 33 degrees, so it's 20% warmer than it was the last time we were out hiking. So that's a bonus. Yeah, you will see a lot of graffiti everywhere. For that, I can't help it. Whatever, it is what it is. But just a nice little walk. So we just came up from down there, and we got a left and right. And there's blazes over here that pointed to the left was the connector trail. So I'm not sure what this one is, but we'll see some blazes. It may be the connector trail as well. We're just going to take a walk. I remember coming down here one time, I guess it was in the spring or summer, and there was water coming down the hill, like little streams all along these trails and whatnot. So it's good to be out here in the winter because it's a little easier to walk on other than any ice. I'm not completely sure. No, it looks like what do they call it, feather and wedge, where they tink 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 with steel. But am I completely sure? No.
What are these doing here? Look how smooth this was.
Well, I think a lot of this area was quarry.
This isn't. It feels rough. This isn't like a break. I guess it's a natural blast break.
Yeah. I don't know for sure. Yeah.
But like where?
I don't even know if that was blasted, Steve, to be honest with you, when you have holes like that. But I could be wrong. Probably, maybe. I think a feather and wedge kind of dealio with steel. But who knows?
What is that?
Or a hammer. Air hammer. But it could have been back in the day when they didn't have that. Who knows? It is neat to see. I see it sometimes when we go along the Perkiomen Trail. You'll see marks like that on some of the stone where they had to clear it out for the railroad, because that used to be a railroad bed basically.
Okay.
We're just walking along, chatting, talking about the stone and quarries and stuff. And my brother-in-law just pointed this tree out. That is pretty wild. It's just growing up. It's not a real big tree on the side over here. But, look at that. Kind of reminds me like Jabba the Hutt. You know how his tail or whatever is hanging over. Wild. So we have decided to go straight. We had some markings back there. There's 3 blue lines. I always forget. Sorry, forgive me. Horrible hiking leader or whatever, trailblazer. I think that means the start or the end of a trail. Whatever. We're going to take this out because we know the creek is to our right. So at some point we're thinking we'll come across an old railroad bridge. And that might be neat to see. And then I believe we have choices from there to either head back the way we came here or to take the railroad trail, the old railroad bed trail. And that kind of pretty much puts us back near the parking lot there. So that's what we're thinking. We're going to take a walk along and see how that ends up. And what kind of railroad bridge is it? I don't know. Is it a big one, a little one, you know, grand, like with the steel girders, or is it just concrete? I don't know. It's pretty wild. I see a bunch of colors there. It's not graffiti or nothing like that. I could tell. Maybe a bunch of trails converge here. I don't know. And coming up to a junction possibly here. I'm not sure. That says orange. Okay. So we don't have a trail map either, so that's one of the issues. So orange, maybe with a black dot, I'm not sure. Or just orange. Going that way. And then this appears like this might be orange too. Not sure. I don't know. It does make it difficult. I see an arrow up here. An orange blaze pointing to the right. Not sure what that means. But it does look pretty inviting down there. I believe I see the creek. So maybe we'll take a walk down there and see what that looks like. Straight ahead, I don't see any blazes. But that doesn't mean we won't go check it out. There it is. Don't ask me for any history because I am not a railroad buff. But that is pretty cool. And it's just a basic knockdown railroad bridge. We got orange or yellow right there. And this tree shows a blue with maybe a dot, I don't know, or just blue in general. But I want to go check this bridge out, so let's go do that. We are now on the old railroad bed. As you can see, the creek is frozen, not solidly frozen, but frozen. No babbling other than me. Very neat. So far, I'm not falling through.
Watch it. Be careful.
Why are we on this?
Pretty big beams, though.
So we're heading back away from the bridge. Beautiful back in here, nice. And we're gonna go back whence the way we came and get to that blue trail and try going up and over, I guess, the hill with that. That'll be fun. Let's see. All right, so we headed from the railroad bridge from that way after we came from up here going down to the railroad bridge, and we're gonna turn up here, which I really believe that's supposed to be yellow and the horseshoe trail. So we're gonna head up here and walk along some of the horseshoe trail going through St. Peter's Village and the like. Part of the Hopewell Big Woods. So as expected, we do have a junction with the blue trail, which will take us back down. And then the, looks like there's a blue dealio up there, but I think it's in conjunction with the horseshoe trail. So, yeah, let's keep on walking. Let's check it out, and we can always come back. Oh, that's pretty cool. Little pit down in there. Well, there's a home up that way. We just came from back there. And of course, we kind of circled around like over in that way and then from the top of the ridge. And as you come down here, you can't go that way because it's going to somebody's house. So we're going to make a left here. And I saw some graffiti, so I don't think we're terribly far away from St. Peter's Village. A lot of times, these people that tag stuff up or whatever, especially out here, they ain't usually going too far, but who knows? I haven't seen anything else besides what I just saw just a little bit back there at that intersection. Kind of in a little bit of a valley here. Really heading back basically to where we just kind of circled around. I can't remember if I saw it on the map or not that it does this on the Horseshoe Trail, but obviously it does. Yeah, so that's my hope. I would hate to double back over all this just to get back down to St. Peter's Village. But hey, it's about maybe, I don't know, 2.5 hours till it's dark. So we got a goodly bit of time before we have to really be, hey, let's get out of here. Because we don't have any lights or anything like that. So we'll see what happens here. It's fun so far. Look at that big boulder, jeez. Whoa, I almost tripped over a little boulder. Yeah, the graffiti is starting to really return now. That tree, the other tree, this tree. I see a marker up there that says red, so I wonder if this is the Horseshoe and the Red Trail. It's getting a little windy up top. I hear some trees creaking and groaning. Don't really feel the wind down here. Every once in a while, but very rare. When I looked at the map, it looks like the Horseshoe Trail will take you relatively close to the parking lot. So thinking at some point we're probably gonna get on one of those trails down near the creek or something like that. But just moseying along, checking out all the big boulders. Really haven't seen anybody else since the parking lot. Doesn't mean there ain't nobody out here, but of course a lot of people walk through the town and spend their money and whatever. We're gonna expend some energy. Maybe not a lot, because it's kind of like a stroll, but still something fun to do. Just a couple rays of sunshine. Birds chirping. All right, well, thank you very much for coming along. Just a little hike along the Horseshoe Trail, basically, here at St. Peter's Village. We've never visited the village itself, but there's a lot of restaurants and this and that down in there. Hope you enjoyed this little winter hike, and we'll see you next time on Lumberjack in the Woods.